Alright, it's been a couple weeks since my last video and I wanted to wait for a little bit. I don't normally wait more than 2 weeks, but I did 3 this time because I tried something new and I wanted to kind of see how it went. We started semester 2, so the end of semester 1 was awesome. But I started semester 2 and I ran into a few things of just trying to figure out how did I want to administratively run semester 2. What did I want that to be like in Brain Honey? What did I want that to look like? How did I want it to function? And so what I did is previously I've mentioned that I have an adjusted class. So let me just use Math 2 for example. So my Math 2 students are in my Math 2 class, and then I have another class that's a copy. It's actually like a sister link of my Math 2 class. So any changes I make to Math 2 automatically go into this class, and it's called Math 2 Adjusted. And I just go in there and I reduce a few of the problems. So I have 3 students currently enrolled in that class, and they're just students that need just a couple fewer problems to help them be more successful. They're still taking the full tests and quizzes, but just on homework we pare that down sometimes a little bit for them. So in semester 2, I know kind of about copying classes, and I'm trying to figure out what exactly do I want to do. So to start everything over, because I base my grades on semester, and it's not something that most blended teachers do or use, but for me in my classroom, I decided to go ahead and make a blind copy of all of my classes. Not the adjusted class, but everything else. And what that did was essentially I made a semester 1 class and I made a semester 2 class. And they're not at all linked. They show up as totally different classes. And then I made an adjusted class like for Math 2 semester 2 based on that Math 2 semester 2 class. So I know it's all sounding kind of confusing. So I'm going to show you kind of what it looks like on my portal. So to protect student privacy here, I'm just showing the classes. So these are my classes. You can see the very bottom is my math demo class, which is totally fun and awesome. I get to have, that's my kind of really short, easy class that I can walk adults through to see what it's like. But you see what I did was I made semester 1, I have Math 3, oh, where's my mouse? Anyway, I have Math 3 right here. Then I have Math 2, and I have that sister copy right here, that adjusted class. And then what I did is I just made totally new classes here for Math 2 and 3, and then this adjusted class I made a sister copy here. So you can kind of see how I did it. So lots of teachers do that really differently. I think the way I did it was probably abnormal. But I just wanted to share what I did for my class. It just made grading easier for me. There was a stop and a start. What I did too, so I could plan for future years, is I took that semester 1 class and I left like about another half a module or another module in it. So next year if we get farther, all the content is right there. And then what I did in semester 2 is I started like a module early. So say I didn't get as far and I needed that other stuff in semester 2, I went ahead and left that in there. So for instance, I think in my Math 2 class, I put module 4 and module 5 in semester 1, even though we only got through about half of module 4. And in semester 2, I also put module 4 and module 5. And so I put an overlap because I have the ability to get in there next year and just excuse students from things or make them not visible to students if we don't need that content. But then I'm not having to copy and paste stuff and rebuild stuff and trying to load stuff in from other classes. So kind of a solution that I came up with. We'll see what happens. So this is for week 20, 21, and 22. And I will say too, we had a lot of testing at our school, some new testing that hit at semester, so I didn't have students as much. Another reason why I took a few more weeks to record a video. But things are going great. Kids are going smooth. Another thing we did last week that was brand new is normally they do an assignment on Brain Honey and get an immediate grade, or they do an assignment on paper or on their whiteboard, take a picture or a screenshot and submit it, and then I grade it. So we had one activity actually that we did. They traded it, we graded it. It was just one of those things that was really important, I think, for us to have live grading. And then we put scores on it, and then they took a picture of the page with the score and submitted that. So I just jumped in, opened up digital pictures and started plugging in grades. It was way faster than me, like even calling out names or collecting papers or any of that. So kind of just a new thing that we started, a different technique. So things are still going great. Getting ready to get a bunch more data and scores this week as we finish up a module on inverses with my Math 2 class. So really excited, but administratively, I think as a blended teacher, you want to look at a lot of options, and understanding how the portal works will really work to your benefit. I had a lot of conversations, asked a lot of questions, and then chose the path that I thought would work best for me. So really make sure you're understanding how a lot of that grading works, so that for you and what you're doing in your classroom, because we're all so unique in a lot of the ways that we run things administratively, that you can make choices that work for you in your classroom. All right, I'll be back in week 23 with hopefully some more statistics.